Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dano, aka Danya Allah. Um, I wanted to make this video for people out there who are watching my Native American videos and stuff like that, because of course, like always, there's trolls. That's to be expected. So that's why I don't get too upset. I always hit them with the truth. They usually never say nothing, or they just go around circles. It's funny because whenever I debate with someone, when I say that Native Americans were black people, they sit there and they say, no, that's bullshit. I descend from Native Americans. I live on Native American reservations. And I tell them, that don't mean nothing. Just like DNA tests, all you're seeing right now are the modern day Native Americans. Like DNA tests, for example. A lot of black people and white people, they say they may have Native American ancestry in their family, stuff like that. They end up doing an ancestry test and it comes back that they don't have Native American ancestry. Or, even when it comes to the Hebrew Israelite thing, they're like, well, you guys, your DNA shows that you're from West Africa. I can tell you this, the research has been done, that ancestry tests are complete bullshit. Don't believe me. Big news outlets like Time Magazine did specials on it saying that ancestry tests are BS for the most part. And also, what they base ancestries off of is not ancient people. They base it off of modern modern inhabitants of the land. So that's all they're doing. They're basing your genetics off of people who share the same genetics to you today. Not saying that, because say someone from Kenya. Let's just use this as an example. Say if you have Chinese history or something like that. Say this is just going to be an alternate universe. Okay, I'm just using it as an example. Say that you have ancient Chinese heritage and that Kenyans used to inhabit China. Okay? And you say, hey, through my oral tradition, or oral generations and stories passed down through my family, I have ancient Chinese heritage, and the Chinese used to be black. And they were taken away as slaves, and they were placed in the country known today as Kenya. If you were to do a DNA test, you will get your DNA test back saying, hey, you have no Chinese history. Why? Or ancestry. Why? Because they base it off of the genetics in the country right now. They don't base it off of ancient genetics. So since Kenyans do not habitate the land of China today in this alternate universe, you wouldn't find any of that genetics today. They will just tell you that you have Kenyan genetics in you. You see what I'm saying? And then a lot of times, the tests are just complete bullshit. So it's based off of modern people. For example, say if your family is from Morocco, or from Morocco, North Africa, wherever. And say for a fact that your family descend from ancient Moroccans, black Moroccans, the black people who actually habitated the place thousands of years ago. Well, if you're completely black, you will most likely not find you probably will. Morocco's not a good example because they still have sub-Saharan African heritage, but say like Lebanese, for example. Say if you're Lebanese and you know that you're Lebanese and you're completely black, you know that your family goes all the way back to Lebanese, you may not even find no Lebanese genetics in you. Why? Because the black Lebanese, most of them are long gone. Just like Israel. Israelites, as African Americans, we descend from Israel. But you will not find any, you won't find any ancient Hebrew genetics in you. Why? Because it doesn't exist anymore there. So they don't trace it off of that. They trace it off of the people who are currently there. And if you look up and see what they base it off of, they will tell you that they base it off of the modern populations that inhabit the country. So anyways, back to what I was saying. This right here, the reason why I brought this up was because, and see, I do a lot of that, going off on little tangents and stuff, but I just want to, say that real quick. Anyways, you know, a lot of white people, even people of Native American descent, like, hey, you guys, Native Americans were not black. Then when I hit them with this, like I show them books, I show them paintings, ancient paintings, even for the people, the Native American people who are depicting themselves. They're like, okay. Well, they're not the same thing as African, blah, 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 blah. Then they go, at that point, I'm like, I know you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Because you were just telling me that they weren't even black people. Then they go off and say, of course, oh, they're not the same thing as an African and stuff like that. See, what people have to realize is that there's different type of black people. Not all black people are the same. Also, when you do research, when you study, you read books, you pull up, old articles and stuff like that. I'm talking about shit documented back in the 1800s, things documented back in the 16, 15, and even 1400s. You will learn a lot. You will learn that black people have been on for way longer than they teach us. The transatlantic slavery, that did happen to an extent. I explained this before. I found old articles, even like documentation from Spain and Portugal and Spain, Portugal. I found like even like some English documents talking about how there were already black people here, and how the slave trade, basically what happened during the slave trade is that most black people were already here. The ones that were brought here in slavery, there were not hundreds, thousands of slave ships bringing black people over here. Black people were brought over here on slave ships, but not as many as we thought. It was nowhere near in the thousands. They were just rounding up the last bit of black people who were still in Europe and on the coast of Africa, because when we got kicked out of Europe in 1492 or 1492, 1491, I can't remember. It was the same year or the year before Christopher Columbus and Spain sailed to the Americas. We fled to different countries. We fled down south into Africa. We fled into Morocco. We fled to the Americas. And the ones who did not flee to the Americas, because this wasn't a long process. The Moors, they been fled out. They were fleeing out of Europe 50 years before Christopher Columbus and them sailed here. So they've been fleeing. They were fleeing to their settlements, their colonies and stuff. Because, like I said before, the Moors had there is overwhelming proof, that the Moors had colonies here, not only in the United States but here in the Americas. There's overwhelming proof. All you have to do is study it. But most of these people, like Native Americans, because trust me, there's Native Americans who are racist, who don't like black people. And there are Native Americans who are just uninformed, ill-informed and stuff. And they only know what they know. You know what I'm saying? They don't do a lot of teaching. And they feel like we're trying to steal their identity. Which is not what it is. Because we share similar... Oh my God. We share a lot of history together. They don't know that we're the same people. And they don't understand that there was some separation that happened through our history, because Native Americans, they descend from Israel. If I can get this picture big, this proves it right here. Fringes, border of blue. Fringes, border of blue. And if you're a Native American or of a Native American descent, and you are on a reservation and you know about your people's history, you know that most Native American tribes wore border of blue with fringes. And that was a law given to us by the Most High, the God of Israel. It's funny because there's Native Americans who are waking up. There was this Native American on See Me Now TV. There was a Native American couple who were talking about that them and their tribes people are waking up to them being Israelites. I'm like, oh my God, about fucking time. But it's good because there's a great awakening happening all over the world, with Israelites waking up, realizing who they are. Now, I'm gonna get into this a little bit, this site a little bit. But anyways, so there's Native Americans who are on a reservation. They feel like we're stealing their heritage, because I can understand. Don't get me wrong, I can totally understand the frustration of Native Americans who are on a reservation, because they have to go through the hardships that are on the reservation, and they feel like we're stealing their identity. Even white people who claim Native American descent, they feel like we're stealing their identity, because they're the ones who have to go through it right now. They're the ones who ancestors directly went through, slaughtering and all this stuff, and they feel like their land has taken, which they have all right to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? But what they fail to realize is that us Negroes in America and Native Americans, we are the same people. We split up thousands of years ago from Israel. They inherited the northern kingdom of Israel. They went off sinning, and they wanted to become their own nation. After that, of all that sinning, the Most High made them go into bondage to the Assyrians, and they made their way over here to the Americas. They did quite some mixing getting here. That's why they do look a little bit different. But I'm going to tell you this. With study and research, you will find out that there was different type of Native Americans over here. There were different nations of Native Americans over here. This is why you can find so many different features within Native Americans and different Native American tribes. Because not all Native Americans look the same. And even through research, you'll find out that Native Americans are not Mongoloid by any fucking meaning. Sorry. When you look at the pictures, these people look nothing like Mongoloids. The reason why they look Mongoloid, not really Mongoloid, but they look different today, is simply through the mixturing that they did when they got here. They were mixing with other people. And, people went throwing the Inuits and the Eskimos. Well, research shows that these people, the Eskimos and Inuits, are not even related to Native Americans. That they arrived here thousands of years later. They only arrived here about less than 1,000 years before white settlers came here. You know what I'm saying? So they haven't been here that long. Their language is not identical to Native American language. Their customs totally different. So, and we can see that these people are not Mongoloid. The original Native Americans are not Mongoloid. And another thing that Native Americans have to understand is that we're not saying that you don't descend from these people, modern day Native Americans. I'm not saying that at all. Some people will say that. You will find some people, some blacks on here saying that, these guys are invaders. They're the descendant. The modern day Native Americans on reservations. They're the descendants of invaders. That's complete bullshit. They're not the descendants of invaders. They descend from these people. The thing is that quiet as it's kept, is kept very quiet on reservations that Native Americans, modern day Native Americans, majority of them. Damn near all of them have white ancestry. This is why they look the way they do today. This is why most Native Americans today look like the modern Mexican. They look like the typical Hispanic, because they are nothing more than mestizos, which is a person of Native American ancestry and white ancestry. That's all they are. That's why you will see some people who say that they're I'm trying to think of the tribe out. They will say that they're Apache, or they will say that they're like Sioux, or they will say some other tribe, Lakota. These are just tribes out west. Some are southwest, some are northwest, and they will look like modern day Mexicans. I have a family member who is married, and see, this is another problem with Native Americans, because even to this day, even though they mixed with whites back then, they still breed out a lot today. Most Native Americans who don't live on reservations marry white people. And even Native Americans who live on reservation marry fucking white people. That's why you will see people, white people claiming Native Americans. Especially the ones out west or in the northwest, because a lot of them do marry white people out there. But a lot of them are mixed themselves. A lot of them. I kind of lost the point that I was trying to make, but yeah, that was just really the main point that I was making, that a lot of them are mixed. That's why they do not look like this guy. And even in the book that I keep telling you guys to buy, because it's a very good book called The Travels to the Interiors of North America, they even tell you in the book that Native Americans were physically changing because of them mixing with whites. So that's always been the problem that they had. And they're still going through that problem today. They're killing themselves off by mixing with white people. But anyways, so now I'm going to get into this. So, the book that I referenced, and see, this picture right here is actually a little bit more accurate to my book. The pictures that I have on Flickr, they're a little bit lighter on the website, because the scanner I use, they probably used a very good scanner. So that's why this guy is darker than the guy on my book. Because my book, like, he's this color when I look at him, but when I scan it on my scanner, they come out light, and I guess it has something to do with, you know, the light in the scanner that I'm using. Because I scanned the book again the second time, and it came out even lighter. It's weird. It's very weird. But anyways, so the book that I referenced, and the painter and the Prince Maximilian that I mentioned many times before, this site right here basically talks about the history of the Prince and the artist, who was Karl Bodmer. So the German naturalist explorer Prince Maximilian of Wade set out in 1832 to document the geography and ethnography of the largely unexplored American West. Now, most of these tribes in here are plain Indians, because during the 1830s, most of the Native Americans on the eastern seaboard were wiped out. So, and mind you, in the book, they explain the reason why Prince Maximilian came here, because he felt like the Native Americans were going to go extinct. He wanted accurate pictures of the Native American Indian, because most of the pictures that they were getting back came back looking like, let me show you real quick. Okay, I'm about to show you these pictures. Most of the paintings came back looking like this, with Pocahontas looking like a white woman. See, this right here. See, most pictures came back to Europe looking like this. I'm gonna type in Native Americans. Oops. Americans whitewashed. A lot of photos came back to Europe with Native Americans whitewashed. Sorry, now they're pulling up movies. Native American photos of, of the 1600s. I'm gonna say 1600s. Most of the photos of Native Americans came back whitewashed during the 1600s, like this shit right here. Like this crap right here. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these photos came back whitewashed, and when Prince Maximilian Wade came over here to paint these pictures, this was during his second expedition, I believe. He came over to the Americas, and he was like, wait, these people look nothing like these photos. These people look white. You know, so he wanted to go over there and get accurate pictures of Native Americans before they went extinct. You know, because even with Pocahontas, you see she looked like a damn white woman. But let me just type in Native Americans today. Native Americans today. See? Native Americans today look nothing more than Hispanic people. Why? Because they are a mix of people. They are a mixed people. They are not full-blood Native American. This is why most of them look like mestizos. That's why a lot of them look like if I can get this open. This is why a lot of them look like Hispanics, because they are mixed blood just like Hispanics. I'm gonna type in Mexican people. I mean, look, let me go back real quick. Shit. I hate that. But yeah, look at it. Yeah. Like modern day Hispanics. Now I wanted to go back. Shit. I really wanted to go back. Look at these people. And Mexicans, I hate how they said it. They're not Native Americans. A lot of them think that they're white. It's funny. Let me go back real quick. Sorry about that. I have to pause it sometimes because the way my Bandicam is set up is blocking the back button and stuff like that. I don't feel like lowering it just to bring it back up. So there was a photo that I wanted to see. I think I clicked on this. Oh yeah. Yeah, look at this. Cook Native Americans. Look at this. Don't these people look like Hispanic people? Don't they look like Hispanic people? Yes, they do. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, anybody can use their eyes and be like, oh yeah, these people look like Hispanic people, you know. So, and that's because they have mixed ancestry. A lot of them don't want to say anything about it. A lot of them don't want to, you know, because a lot of Native Americans they're taught with a type of mindset to where they dislike white people because of what white people did to them. Totally understandable. So they deny the white heritage that they have, the mixed heritage that they have. But anyways, look like a damn Mexican, you know what I'm saying? Look like a Hispanic person. And I would probably say that, you know, most Mexicans probably have more indigenous heritage than they do. There's probably way more Mexicans running around with more Native American heritage than these people do. Because sometimes these Native Americans, North American Native Americans, look like white people at times. You're like, damn, what the fuck is going on? But anyway, so going back to this. So where did I leave off at? Okay, yeah, left off right there. He employed a 24-year-old Swiss painter and draftsman, Karl Bodmer. Why do I always mess this guy's name up? Karl Bodmer, as an artist of the expedition. They started their 2-year trek in Boston, traveling westwards along Ohio and the Missouri rivers, making it as far west as Fort McKenzie in the present-day Montana. Along the way, they encountered scenes of the unspoiled West lush primeval riverbanks and landscapes teeming with herds of buffalo and bighorn sheep. They also stayed for a time with groups of the Mandans, I'm just going to say Mandans, and Blackfeet. That's a tribe my grandmother is, well, part of her heritage comes from the Blackfeet. Blackfeet, enabling Bodmer to paint numerous details portraits of Native Americans. And there's other websites, I couldn't find other ones, where they accredit this as being one of the most, well, being the most accurate depiction of Native Americans to this day. Bodmer, wait, let me go back. Enabling Bodmer to paint numerous detailed portraits of Native Americans of the Upper Missouri. Maximilian and Bodmer completed their expedition and returned to Europe in 1834. Bodmer's training as a draftsman was apparent in his work. His Native American portraits are considered the most accurate portraits completed in situ. So basically, they're saying that his pictures are the most accurate pictures taken of them, reserving the naturalness of it. You know, of them staying in the same position, them looking the same, very little movement, and stuff like that. So yeah. Not only did he meticulously document ethnographic details such as clothing, ornamentation, and body markings, that's how detailed this guy, I mean, he went in. You know, this is why he's accredited for being the most detailed, you know, because he did his thing. This man did his thing. He also captured the sitter's unique personality. Travels in the Interior of North America. See, this is the book that I have right here. Travels in the Interior of North America is one of the most lavishly illustrated works of American travel. So, you know, really the reason why I brought this up is because I want to accredit the artistry that's done in the book. Because some people may be like, I mean, this book is published by white people. But, you know, some people, they may be like, oh, you probably colored that book yourself. And then another thing, too, is that they find a lot of pictures. Like, say if you type in Native Americans, Prince Maximilian, you may find pictures where they whitewashed it to where they you know, they made the skin look lighter. You can even tell that they did it because not only are they lighter, but you can see like some of the lines faded, you know, like the lines outlining the people, and you will see like a lot of color fading and stuff like that. So, you know, even if people were to point that out, like, well, just look at the original works, because the original paintings are over there in Germany. The family has it over there, and you can actually go and look at it, and you can go and see that they're black. They're even darker than the photos that I have in the book. I mean, not the photos that I have. Photos that I have on my Flickr account, you know, because like I said, with the scanner it makes them look lighter. Just with cameras, I don't know why it looks lighter. I need to get me a better scanner. But what right now? Okay, so the atlas accompanying the travel narrative contains 81 hand-colored aquatints based on Bodmer's watercolors. Unfortunately, the project was a financial debacle, and Bodmer never gained the fortune he thought his expedition would bring him. So now it's going into, yeah. But he also, there's other books too. I can't remember the other books, but there's a bunch of other books with Carl Bodner's and Prince Maximilian's work in there and stuff like that. But this is the University of West Virginia Library. This is their official library website. And like I said, you people want to deny and said these people were not black. Well, you guys know what the hell you're talking about. And I'm actually going to bring that. Oh shit! Let me see if I can bring that. Flickr. There we go. Yeah. These are the Native Americans. I mean, you guys can say what you want. Native Americans were black people. African Americans do descend from Native Americans. These type of Native Americans, and also the Native American Moors who were over here. They are the same people in the end. When you go to the root origin, they descend from Israel. But they are not the same people as in like the Native American Moors who were here, like the Yamasee and a lot of the tribes on the eastern seaboard and down in the Caribbean. Even some in Mesoamerica, because we were mostly populated in the Caribbean and also the eastern seaboard of North America. We were the ones who were first killed out. most of the Native Americans that were first killed out and enslaved on the eastern seaboard of North America was us. And even the same thing down the Caribbean. And that's why we were put in slavery. They were using other Native American tribes, tribes who have been here for thousands of years, such as these type of brothers right here. They used them to put us into slavery, and you will see. Oh my God, just fucking study. I'm starting to accumulate all the stuff that I had over again, a lot of the books, a lot of the sources and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna make a good ass fucking video, man. I'm gonna be bringing people from, all walks of life. You're probably gonna want to come and check this out, man. From all the stuff that I acquired, but I mean, a lot of the stuff that I acquired is already out there in books. You just have to go out there and find these books. Trying to remember the books. I actually was looking at some of the books this morning. But anyways, but yeah, there's no way you can deny these people were black. All you people out there, like that one chick. What's her name? I think her name is B. Lima Bud or something like that. I think she's like, I think she says she's like part Native American or whatever. I went to her little Google. What was it? Her Google something. I forget what it is, but it's like their little wannabe social media. Google Plus. I went to her Google Plus page, and this was a few months ago. I think she made it that you're not able to access it anymore. But she had like a little pic where she was like showing her titties and shit. I'm like, what the fuck kind of shit is this? I don't know. She's like a little nudist or what, but I don't know. She's like a model, whatever. I don't know. She just seems very conceited. I looked at a few of her videos. She has like a bunch of 10-second videos of her just posing and being conceited. Like, woman. I'm not gonna slam the sister or anything like that. I'm not gonna talk about how she looks or anything like that. Not to make her, because I like that type. I'm not petty like that. Whether I believe she's attractive or unattractive, I'm not gonna say anything. But she's just so conceited, man. You can tell she's conceited, and that's not good to be conceited like that. But yeah, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Up here, fucking got the camera all up in your face, and doing the duck face and all that shit. Like, come on. But she's supposed to be like Native American or whatever. I guess I don't know if her father, her mother is, a modern day Native American or whatever. But yeah, it's really pathetic. And she be trying to argue. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this, but I'm not sure if she was one of the people who said that Native Americans weren't black or something like that. I don't know. I left a comment to her this morning because I didn't see her comment until this morning, and I left a comment saying something to her. I can't remember what I said. Let me see if I can find it. I heard this song on the radio today. I had to listen to it. I was like, wait, what? I remember this fucking song. Light, camera, action. Let me see if I can find. Because I came over, I noticed it because I saw this sister. She left a comment this morning. And my bad, people, man. I didn't notice until today that I didn't put the link to the damn photos there. So I got the link to the photos there so you guys can actually look at it yourselves. My dumb ass. I always say, put a link in the description, blah, blah. Never do it. So lately I've just been going around to my videos trying to put links in the description or whatever. Let me see what she said. Because I responded to her. Yeah, this guy, he got on me because I said I was African American. See, this is the thing. I say African American so people can know what the fuck I'm talking about. What group of people I'm referring to. You know what I'm saying? This is why I say this. And some of these people, you know, they believe, they truly, like some of these black people who say they're Native American, yeah, they're right to a certain extent, but we're not the same in a sense. We're not the same Native American in a sense that we've been here for thousands and thousands of years. What I would refer to the original Native Americans, the ones that are on reservations, their ancestors do descend from Israel, but they've been here for thousands of years. At the modern day African American and Negro, I'm just going to say Negroes in the Americas, most of our Native American ancestors have not been here for thousands of years. They've been here before the white man. They had colonies here before the white man, but most of our ancestors have not been here for more than 1,500 years. Not even that long. Not even over, I would say about 1,000 years. You know, I was about to say más o menos. More or less. So yeah. Where's her comment at? She said it a while back too. I'm surprised I didn't see it, but I get a lot of comments, and sometimes I just don't even see the comments. You like, this is the dumbest I'm sorry. This cave lion dude, I had to make him feel so stupid that he did not come back and say anything. But look, he said Native Americans have never been black. I'm assuming this guy is white simply because he has cave lion. Oh shit, maybe not. I see some little black Egyptians in his background. Maybe he's not. I don't know. Maybe he's just one of those. Because let me tell you this. There's also Afrocentric. See, these people who say they're Native Americans, they're like their own little. These black people say they're Native Americans, they're their own little group. Most of them are not what you would call Afrocentrics because a lot of them don't want to have anything to do with Africa. A lot of these people, that's why I said that a lot of these people think that they descend directly from Native Americans who were here thousands of years ago. Because a lot of them are ignorant of history. And a lot of them want nothing to do with Africa. So if you tell them that, hey, we do descend from Native Americans here, but not the original Native Americans. Our ancestors come over from Israel and Northern Africa and Europe. They don't want to hear that. You know. And then there's blacks who come over here who also hate on it, probably like Cave Lion, because they want to have everything to do with Africa, in the sense that Native Americans are not black and that we don't descend from Native Americans. Anyways. Where is her? Oh, wait, no, that's not her. Blacks need to wake up. We are brown. Yep, you're right. They are pink, dumb niggers. You silly. Where is this? Where's this comment, man? Who knows? Maybe she deleted it. Cause I don't remember it being this far down, but probably has been. Oh no, shit. Damn, did I miss it? What is her name is? Let me see if I can fucking Control F find it. Maybe she deleted the shit. What is his name? I'm just gonna type in Lima. M Lima. Okay. So it's hiding up under somebody else's comment. Okay, so wait, where the fuck? Just do. Oh, here she is. So this person said there's no such thing as a white race. Okay, I'll go with that. Okay, so here go M. Lehman right here, Rosebud. She said, "What? It's not a single Native American, young or old, that don't know that the land was taken away from us. Now, if you are speaking, see, because I think she's just so full of Native American culture. See, this is the thing with her. I don't know what her perspective is or anything like that, because she just refers to herself as Native American. It's obvious that the woman looked black, but that means absolutely nothing. And the reason why I say that is because Native Americans were black. So she could be a full-blood Native American. I don't know. I don't know her personally. Or she could be someone with, she could be a Native American with black. I put quotes on that for all those people out there who want to say, oh, you're not black, blah, 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 blah. But I'm talking about of modern African American heritage. I'm still putting quotes on that. I don't know if she's that, if she's a mix, or if she's full blood, because she very well could be full blood. Because like I showed you guys, Native Americans were a black race of people. But because she just refers to herself as a Native American, she seems to have very little to do with, you know, blackness or whatever. Except for the music that she be listening to through her little videos. I was going through her videos to see if she had anything interesting. She didn't. By the time I got to this video, I was like, okay, nah, I already know what it's all about. But nothing interesting at all. But anyways, I'm just gonna read it again. She said, "What? It's not a single Native American, young or old, that don't know that the land was taken away from us. Now, if you are speaking, see, she should put a comment there. Now, if you are speaking on African Americans, it's because African Americans are not, are of an African background, not native. Not native. You may not be from Africa, but you have African in your blood." That's how you guys play. You have African in your blood. It's no different for someone who is Asian but born in America. They are Asian American. The difference is Asian American is not recognized like that. It's not recognized. Sorry, I need to put my glasses on. It's not recognized like that. It is no Asian American or Mexican American or any other ethnicity, otherwise on any job application, but it is African American because the word understands that black people born in America strongly do not claim or identify as African from Africa. Now, let me tell you this. African American, I just want to address this right now. African American was not given by us. We didn't even create the term. The term was created in the 1970s by the government to identify the difference between Africans and African Americans, because Africans were starting to move into during the 70s and during the 80s. Africans were starting to move to the United States during this time, and they wanted to make a difference. They wanted to make a distinction between Africans and African Americans. And when you look at African American, it tells you what it means. You know, anyone whose ancestry basically go back to you know, to Africa, whose ancestry has been here, you know, during the Civil War and brought here slaves, yada yada yada. And also there was Jamaicans and stuff like that moving over here into the United States during the 70s and 80s. And we had other black groups here, so they wanted to make a distinction. That's why the term was coined, because Negro simply refers to any black person over here from who has origins in Africa, shall we say. So Jamaicans, Haitians, black Mexicans, black Colombians, Dominicans, and Puerto Ricans, whatever. Where was I? Okay, for generations and generations. To say that African American is a Native American simply because some were darker than others is silly. So she's trying to say, so the reason why I respond was because she was trying to say that, you know, to call African Americans Native Americans just because some Native Americans were darker than others, that's complete bullshit. All Native Americans at one point were dark. All Native Americans at one point, look just like this dude. Look just like this guy. So it has nothing. So what she's trying, because she's trying to make it seem like some Native Americans were just dark, while some of them were light. No, that happened after they started mixing with white people. That's all that was that they started mixing with white people and they got darker. I mean, they got lighter. So it's not like they had inherently been like that. You know, there was just like some light ones and there were some dark ones. Nope, that was not the case. When you look at the Native Americans from Mesoamerica, they depict themselves as dark people. When you look at the Native Americans in the North America, they depict themselves as dark people. You know, so I mean, even when you look at the ancient, even when you down there in South America, when you look at the ancient the cave painting of them down there, where they found one of the oldest Native American skeletons down there. Not only did the scientists say that these people were of Negro stock, but the little painting of them showed them as being black. So in all areas of the Americas, Native Americans depict themselves as being black people. So stop bullshitting yourself, Mrs. Lima. Mrs. Lima, come on, stop it. You've been a very naughty girl. That girl's messing. Nah, she's bugging. She's bugging. Yeah, this chick is bugging. But anyways, that's basically all I had to say, man. You know, Native Americans were black. You guys can sit there and cry rivers. Y'all can keep doing that. It doesn't matter. It's not going to change the fact. The fact is, Native Americans were black. The only reason why you think that they're not black is because they do this great job at brainwashing people, making us think that they weren't black because of all these photos. If I were to do a Google search right now, they will look nothing like the original people who inhabited this land. I'm going to do it right now. Okay, Native American people. Now look at this guy. He's the brown. He's not as dark as they were, but you know, this is what Native Americans look like after they start mixing with white people. They got around this skin tone right here. And look at these guys. You could tell these are light-skinned Native Americans, man. You could tell that they're light-skinned. And then there's photos where you could tell that they were black. You know what I'm saying? But like documents say, and it's not just like my the ones that are from my book that mention that these people mixed with whites and got lighter. You can also find it from other sources too. Look at these modern day Native Americans. They show them as light-skinned people. I mean, even through this Discovery Channel fucking thing. I'm sorry, this shit is hilarious. Once you know the truth, this shit is hilarious, man. It really is. Look at this. These people like modern day Hispanics. They're like modern day mestizos. Look at this. Isn't that sad? But yeah, this is what they look like today. From mixing with whites. Yeah. Yeah, this is one of the black Native Americans. He passed on a few years ago. Passed away. But like I said, you know, the Americans, the ancient Native Americans, they show themselves. You know, even though these people are dark right here, they were way lighter. I mean, way darker than these people. A lot of these people are of mixed ancestry. I'm talking about white mixed ancestry. Mayan temple paintings. I don't even have to type black in it, you know. But look at this. They depict themselves as black people. Black people. Not only just black people, but black people with braids. You know, you can see the braids right there. Yeah, black people. Anyways. I feel like I'm being a dead horse at this point. But yeah. Anyways, let me type in Americans. Oh wait, type in black. You know, and you'll find these pictures. It's funny because like some of the pictures you be like, you know, when you can tell that they're dark, you're like, no. When you change the color to, if you were to actually put color in it, you'll see that they're not as dark as you think they are. But there's a lot of photos. I mean, there's a few photos that they actually, you know, put color into them, and you'll see that they were black. A black group of people. I'm gonna type in Yamasi. I showed the woman before, the Yamasi woman before. Yamasi, I think it's like that. This one right here, this is a black Yamasi woman. And of course it shows you those black people, black Native Americans. These are on the West Coast, I believe. And it's funny because some people will be like, oh, well, those are just black people who run away and they want to mix with Native Americans and all this shit. It's like, no. we have photos, paintings, you know, temple paintings. We have paintings from 1700s, 1800s, 1500s even, depicting them as black people. You know, we have paintings before so-called African American, according to the story today. You know, when blacks were brought to the Americas during the 1600s, a time before that, during the 1500s, in North America, you will see, and even in the 1400s, before blacks supposedly arrived here in the Americas, you will see that there were Negro-looking people already here, and they were considered indigenous people. So you can't go out and say all that shit like, oh no, they're runaway slaves. That's another excuse they like to use. Oh, they're just runaway slaves. There's some more black Native Americans right here. Yeah, see, you can tell that these people are mixed with white. Look how light they are. Look how dark that brother is right there, man. But there's this real good one, man. I can't seem to find it for some reason. Yeah, I can't seem to find it. That's another good one. I should really try to get the color in that photo. You can tell that brother is real dark. But a lot of them are real dark people, you know. They want to sit and lie and, you know, give this wrong depiction of Native Americans and all this stuff. Same thing as this brother right here. You can tell he was super dark. He kind of like the brother in the photo I'm trying to find, man. Oh, this is another painting from one of Princess Maximilian's. Oh yeah, from the book. I got it actually. Blackfoot warrior carrying a spear. See? And here goes some more. I mean, people. I mean, you can find these everywhere. You can find this stuff everywhere. I mean, the abundance of evidence is out there, man. I mean, there's a lot of evidence. Like, it's not that hard to find this stuff like how it was 5 or 6 years ago. Now more and more people are starting to share, you know, their they're starting to share their you know, their sources and stuff like that, put them online for other people to see, and you know, the research and stuff like that. But yeah, man, this is some good stuff. Some real good stuff. Yeah, and you know, not all Native Americans had straight hair. Some of them even had afros. A lot of them had afros. Here's another picture of that Yamasi woman. I'm trying to find this one dude. I can't. There's the young child. I'm trying to find this one dude. I'm gonna. Give me a moment. Anyways, I found the photo of the Native American man I was talking about, but this one right here. I remember a long time ago seeing this one black and white, and I was like, I know this guy. He's a dark-skinned man just because of how dark he look in the photo. Hey, look at the guy. You could tell that. I mean, look at that man. Look at this man. Look at him. That's how all Native Americans looked back before they started mixing with whites. And even into the 1800s, a lot of them still weren't mixing with whites. So, but anyways, I did a little Google search, found it. Picture, like you can see even more pictures of black Native Americans. You see the other little picture of the little tribe people right here. This is a picture of Native Americans. This is a very early depiction of Native Americans here. I believe these people, or the Caribs, you know, the Native Americans and the Caribbeans, the Arawak. Here's some more photos of the Arawak people. It's obvious that these people were black. You know, some of these people have afros, some of them didn't. This shit is tiresome. It's boring as hell. Because, I mean, time and time again, you know, it's so much proof, you know, that these people were black. They didn't look like this. Oh man, it's just hilarious. This shit. That woman's like white. Oh man. But anyways, here's another photo. Well, that's maybe the same photo. I'm not sure. Yeah. But yeah. Well, there you go. That's all I have to say. You guys who sit there saying the Americans are not black, you guys crack me up, man. I swear, I really do get good laughs out of you guys, because it's like, dang, they can't take the truth. You know, what president was that? I can't remember. I think it was Ronald Reagan. That says, you know, you can't handle the truth, and it's true. Humans cannot handle the truth. When we hear the truth, we freak the fuck out. We freak out. They won't give you the truth because you can't handle the truth, and that's exactly how it is. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Tell you guys later. Peace out. Shalom. Shalom. Kwam Yashala.